nationwide 3 News on the Ozarks CW starts now.
The Trump administration has abruptly cut $2 billion in funding nationwide for mental health and substance abuse programs. And it's already having a big impact in the Ozarks. Francis Watson is live in our newsroom with reaction from local agencies. Francis.
Yeah, Rob, funding was cut off as of midnight last night. In some cases, this means an end to the programs helping those in need. And with so much still up in the air, many of these agencies will have to find other funding sources, while some will cease to exist.
Patients who are vulnerable, the sudden loss of a program like that is devastating.
It's devastating. It's devastating to the community, and it's devastating to me personally.
At the stroke of midnight on Tuesday, the Trump administration cut federal mental health funding. Programs nationwide lost support. The Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration states the programs no longer align with its goals or priorities. For Centerstone, the programs treated a wide range of people.
It's everything from some mental health training programs for just individuals and community members, to suicide prevention programs, to one particular program that provides care for pregnant and postpartum women.
Rantzberger with Centerstone says 28 programs across 7 states are affected. Missouri is one of them. The agency is losing approximately $14.3 million through the end of the year.
When you're talking about individual patients receiving individualized care, it's not responsible for us to just shut that off.
In Taney and Stone counties, the ADAPT, or Alcohol and Drug Abuse Prevention Team, works with 60 area agencies.
One of our biggest efforts is in changing our community's awareness of drugs and alcohol, and reducing stigma of addiction and stigma of mental health and so on. And so we do that through several different educational media campaigns.
Director Shelley Marlowe says the federal cuts means the doors are closed.
As our community loses funding and loses pieces of this network, it weakens the entire effort, and it's really going to have an impact on our communities.
But Berger says Centerstone will push forward.
Historically, both Rural Behavioral Health and Brightly, its former parent company, and Centerstone, have a long history to adapting to changes in conditions and changes in climates. So this is certainly a bump in the road, but for the good of the communities we serve, we have to find a way to adapt and find solutions.
Now, other agencies impacted include the National Alliance on Mental Health. The agency says roughly $2 billion in grant funding was terminated overnight for programs nationwide. Reporting live in the newsroom, I'm Francis Watson. Rob, back to you.